All right, so we're doing some more clickbait, trendy junk here today.
I love it.
And we're starting with a real winner. So can we zoom in on this? Will that work? I want to see. It doesn't look real. Does it look real?
I don't know.
I feel like her eyes would be more bruised.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think this looks real just because I remember how quickly your eyes bruised.
Yeah. Well,
when you did your lids and when you did your not your flowers but your the script over your brows, but
yeah,
mostly
they bruised
your
a little.
lips.
It was more the lids, but like what I really hate is that we're in this weird time when I have to even like wonder, is this real? Because I've seen, believe it or not, dumber things that were real. So it's like the idea that there's a debate, like this should be an instant, well, that's fake for sure.
It should be.
Like that should be like an instant, like, yeah, no. But the problem is, like, again, there are people doing dumber things every day. And like a lot of people don't give a fuck. Like they're just like, what does it matter? Just fucking fuck me up for life. What do I care? And this comes from someone with a lot of work on his face. Like I've probably got close to 100 hours on my face over the years. Mm-hmm. And I still don't have a full face tattoo.
No, I'm glad for it
because I
like
have
your face.
I have like a respect for what that means, and most people that just do these things, I don't think they're of the right mind when they do. Mm-hmm. Like I really don't.
Well, every time you start scooting your jaw up more and more, I'm over there like...
I haven't done any more.
No.
Like, I haven't done any more to further it in years, though.
Right, I know,
like,
I know.
It's amazing how much you can do without doing any more.
No, I know. You just kind of like recolor.
Yeah, it's just been recolored.
Reforge some things.
Like, I had basically proceeded no further other than this came further, but I already had a forehead tattoo, too.
Right.
So, like, you see the amount of, like, forethought that's put into it. And then I see, like, coming from that, where I'm like, everything is very calculated and very controlled, and I'm like thinking about it for a long time before I do anything. And then I see people go and get a walk-in face tattoo. And
Which
I'm like,
someone tried to the other day. They wandered in and were like,
they do it all the time.
How much will a face tattoo
We
cost?
just had a girl wander in.
I won't.
Same, last week,
Yeah.
same thing. The girl came in wanting a fucking full color tattoo on her face.
Oh, God.
Like, and I went and looked, and she had almost no tattoos. Like, very little was done. And it's just one of those, are you sure you've thought this through?
No.
Like, and this is coming from, and people will always say, oh, you're being a hypocrite. You have face tattoos. It's like, no, that's why I'm saying that. Because it's like, I would take that thought very seriously before proceeding, right?
Yep.
Where most people are just like, whatever, what does it matter? It's like, they can't think 2 feet ahead of them. And by the way, it helps to have fucking skill sets too.
If you have a job that you know that you can be in for the rest of your life, then yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I could very easily see that one being real. And even if this version of it isn't real, it won't be very long before we see the real LOL face tattoo. And I think that, like, especially because like we're not seeing the differences between AI and real tattoos anymore. Like a lot of people can't tell the difference.
It's getting hard.
So the problem is most people will assume that stuff is real. Mm-hmm. You're going to look in the comments and be a little mixed on it, but like it's getting to a place where it's getting harder and harder to tell. And when people see things like that they do believe are real, they'll be more inspired to do them
and
too.
And then we always get them in for references.
Oh yeah.
There's always these trending AI things, and I'm like, just so you know, this isn't possible.
So, yeah, we got this one here, and I don't really understand what they were going for with the little joke here. It's like, fucking, it's funny. Like, that is super fucking dark. Like, this is an example of someone who has no idea how to shade light, right? They just hammered in black shading.
Yeah, they don't know how to portrait.
Yeah, it's gonna stay dark.
Yeah.
Like, that's not lightening up. Like, some people be like, yeah, it's going to lighten up. I don't know if it was intentional. Because, like, they did get the woman's likeness.
Yeah, it kind of looks like her.
I don't really understand the watercolor fade off either. It's pretty choppy.
I'm kind of curious if this is like... So sometimes you'll go into and this is there is pure black in here, so this isn't necessarily the case.
I don't think this.
But
yeah,
sometimes you'll go into someone's skin and it'll go real
that's
fucking dark.
like pretty cope though.
Yeah.
Like usually when people say that, they're like making excuses.
That is not excuses.
No, this is insane.
This is insane.
To apply that would be the case
But
here.
it does happen sometimes.
I mean, this is like...
There is some
This is
skin tones.
egregious. They changed the woman's race.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? Like this is...
There's some solid black in here.
I've seen people do these things and they go, it'll lighten up. It's like, in what world is that lightening up that much, princess?
Yeah.
Come on.
I have had some floral.
What are we talking about?
I've had some floral that I've done where the people have been like, is it going to lighten up? And I'm like, yeah, it's going to lighten up. Don't worry. I used a 20%.
That's not lightening up.
Yeah.
That's
well, this I don't
beat
see.
black.
I don't see washes. I see black.
It looks like a fucking charcoal
Yeah,
drawing.
it does. I don't.
What are
see,
we talking about?
I don't see washes. I see black.
I think her hair looks better in the tattoo than in reality.
Yes.
I like her hair. It's very stylish.
Well, they did a nice job on the hair. They just don't know
That's
how to
why I
portrait.
wonder if it was like intentional because like
Maybe it was a
it's
cover-up.
almost but it's almost too good to not be. No, that's not a cover up. There's no way it's a cover up. You can't see anything through that. So it's definitely not cover up. But like I think it's like maybe it was a joke or something.
I don't know.
It's too good to be that bad.
It's too bad to be good.
Because, when you zoom in, you can't see anything under that. You could tell if it was a portrait.
I don't know, man.
Things are placed in a specific
And
way
the thing
for
that kills
portraits.
me about this too is that they put in white highlights and like the hair.
That's why I'm wondering if it was done purposely to be a bit of a joke.
Or like,
I
do you
don't
think
know.
someone do you think like they got it done and it was too light, so then they went in with a darker tone and this is it fucked up?
I don't know, but that's like some of that is just solid black.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, let's move to the next one here. I don't want to fucking dwell on this all day. This is really, really cool. Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Get it.
Yeah. You click around too much sometimes.
What is this?
It's
though?
like a road.
Oh, it's a road.
Yeah, the depth effect that they achieved is really cool.
The cracking lines.
And it doesn't
love
look like negative space, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Like it's just the way that they've used the negative space gives it such a texture that it doesn't really look like skin, right? So like my first inclination is that it's like white ink or something in there, but it doesn't actually look like it.
No, like really nice crackling line effect.
It's just amazing. Like look at the, you can see it most the bottom of the wrist there, where the sheet of the road there is all speckled. It's got this really cool texture where
It does.
you can
Road
see
texture.
you can see less of it as you proceed.
Well, because you would.
Yeah, I know. It's just
really
the
well
amount
done.
of depth achieved in this is incredible.
It's such a silly tattoo idea that is so well executed.
I mean, like for me, I almost don't give a shit what it is. I just like to see things done nicely.
Yes,
like,
this is really well done.
I say it all the time here at the shop when people are upset about like bad ideas. I'm like, any tattoo can be cool.
Yep.
Like literally anything can be a cool idea. It's just about finding the way to make it
You
cool.
know, I think you're finding that we're less upset about bad ideas.
There was
these
one
days.
person that, well, it's because there's fucking beggars can't be choosers, but there was one person that no matter what it was she got to do, it was always like, oh, I want to do horror. I want to do this. You know what I mean? And it's like, just fucking make it something you enjoy.
Yes.
Like, just find a way to love it.
Right.
And there's a lot of love in this weird idea.
That's kind of my theory there too, is like all of it is fun, all of it is practice.
Yeah, and like I kind of want to see the rest of the scene. I think that there's more at the top.
Yeah.
But like this is fucking awesome.
It's super cool. Whoever
Yeah.
did this did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, it's world class tattooing. This is a good way to play with some fucking bumps.
Are these elbows?
I think they're like,
Swelbows?
I don't know if they're elbows. I think they're like finger tattoos. Are they?
No.
I don't know.
These are not fingers.
Maybe they're
I think
knees?
these are elbows. Elbows or knees.
But that texture there, that can't just be color.
No, I think that's their skin.
Yeah, they've got like weird like bumps on their elbow or something.
Yeah, I think this
You
is
can't- Yeah, that's really cool.
I think this is like some sort of like cyst or like water on the elbow or something like that.
Oh, I just can't even imagine tattooing around that.
No, it probably didn't feel good.
That's crazy.
And
use
they
of the
probably
anatomy.
inflamed even more for from the tattoo. Like this is fresh.
Yeah. No, I think this is really cool. I think this is one of the better anatomical tattoos. But the only thing is the ant is a little flat.
It's not an ant, it's a spider.
It's not ants. Sorry, spider. My brain is off. Spider. The spider's a little flat.
Yeah.
Right. I would try and find a way to build him off, maybe some drop
Like
shadows,
a shadow or something.
and
Yeah.
then it would give more depth because the big ball here,
The
big bum has so much like rise to it that if you had a little bit of drop shadow off the legs of the spider, it would give it just that much more dimension.
Right? It would have made it a little more real. Yeah.
Ant, sorry, not spider.
Ant? You called it an ant.
I know, I'm just being a dick.
And this is another one of those really bad but kind of fun tattoos.
Yeah, you're
Purposely bad?
It's just, I think we've reached a place with tattooing again where like, it's like we've seen the good tattoo so many times that now we're trying to perfect the bad one.
Yep.
Right? Because like this is really, really well done. And an idiot with no idea what he was looking at would think that this was done by
Right?
a butcher.
I
Right?
know, but
it's
just-
incredible.
It's like I remember the one time that Rick was doing on one of his clients. It was a child's drawing,
Yep.
and he had the kids drawing there, and I was watching him kind of not struggle, but he was definitely like working real hard to make sure that this looked exactly like the kids.
Because those
drawing.
things are hard to do. It's
But
hard
it
to
was-
intentionally make something that looks bad.
Absolutely perfect in the end. I just think like he really had to toil away to get all those shitty little lines.
But like when you're
perfect
used to doing good work,
Yeah.
it's hard to get in the mindset of doing something that doesn't look good.
yes,
Like that alone is a hurdle. So it's like, or for example, technical things. Like when I told Terry, when I first had him tattoo my palm, I was like, oh, so just tattoo me like an asshole, like try and blow out. And he's like, I don't know if I could do that. Like it's like, you're just trained not to try and do those things, right?
right. I think it would be hard on a palm just to
Well,
blow
just
out.
just in general, like it's like you don't learn to tattoo badly. You try and learn to tattoo well. Like
Well-
you observe how things go well, and then you apply those in the future.
And the way that Terry tattoos too, he'd have to put his throw out way farther than
But,
he
like-
usually tattoo. I don't know.
It's one of those things where it's very hard to do things purposely that don't look good, right? And so when you're doing something like this, it's like this is like if a bad tattooer did it, it wouldn't look this good.
Yeah,
But
I
like
agree.
it would look the same in some way. Do you know what I mean?
It wouldn't be in there. It's in there.
But like
good in there.
Same thing. Everyone sees a realism piece. They think it's some genius that did it. That same genius couldn't do this tattoo,
Right.
right? Like that's the funny thing about it, where it's like, from an outside looking in, you would assume that anyone could do this, but no.
Yeah, I'm always lines are hard. Every day I'm like lines are
Well,
hard.
the intentionality of this, right? So the lines that don't look straight are done in like these weird ways that intentionally look a certain way.
Yeah.
Like they're not just all half-assed and weird. They're like intentionally bad looking lines.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of in unison in some way.
Well, they're emotive and they give the motion.
I don't know. I find things like this very interesting, where I think that because this is such a technically hard thing to do that looks so bad that no one will appreciate for what it is.
Right.
Then again, it got a lot of likes, so maybe people are starting to understand this.
Yeah.